e.l.f. has released a new skin tint, and today we are going to put it to the test and see what it is all about. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stacy. I do unfiltered reviews. I also do foundation wear tests, and I have the unfiltered series. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, and let's get into this video all about the new e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint. e.l.f. just released their new Halo Glow Skin Tint with an SPF of 50. They claim that it is the do-it-all skin tint worth every elfing cent. It is a light buildable coverage, hydrating, and brightening with mineral SPF of 50. This retails for $18. It is available on the e.l.f. website right now, and I do believe it is coming to like normal retailers. And it also comes in 18 shades. The shade that I actually ended up getting was the number 3 Fair Cool shade. So we're going to go in with a little bit of skin prep first while we talk a little bit more about this skin tint and what e.l.f. says and how they say to apply it. So they claim that it is a hydrating serum-like skin tint that delivers a light, buildable coverage with a natural dewy finish, plus a mineral SPF 50 sunscreen with no white cast. That is a bold claim because that high of an SPF can leave white cast all over your face. I am pasty pale, but you can still see the white cast, especially with all the studio lights on me. They say that you will love it because it is a hydrating skin tint that delivers a light buildable coverage with a neutral dewy finish. It has a broad spectrum SPF 50 for UVA and UVB protection with zero white cast. It is lightweight. It feels like a serum that sinks into your skin. It does it all. It is a serum, an SPF 50, and a skin tint. It's infused with niacinamide plus bisoprolol and allantoin. I don't know how to pronounce those words. It is available in 18 flexible shades with 6 shade families and 3 undertones each. It is water resistant for up to 80 minutes. It is recommended by the Skin Cancer Foundation as safe and effective sun protection. Key ingredients to keep in mind: zinc oxide, niacinamide, and bisoprolol, which helps soothe the skin. So it says that there is a shade match guarantee. We want you to elfing love it. If you're not 100% happy with the shade you choose, we will refund your purchase within 30 days. How to use. They say to shake it well, apply the skin tint using fingertips or the Halo Glow angled silicone sponge. Apply more to build to your preferred coverage level. So they say that you can apply it with a normal e.l.f. sponge or you can apply it with your fingers. So I am going to shake this up. I'm going to wet down my beauty blender, and then we're going to take a look at the skin tint and how it performs. And I'll give you some information about the weather outside today, my skin. So we are shaking this up gingerly, and now we're going to actually apply some of my skin prep to my face before we get into the whole application process. We're going to go in with my ordinary milky drops, and these they have like a really long name to them. I featured them in so many videos lately, and I just love how it like makes my skin feel like extra fresh and rehydrated and like rejuvenated, and it is a milky toner. So I really have felt like by using this product, my skin just looks a million times better with and without makeup, to be honest with you. And we're also going to go in with the Thirst Burst drops, doing about 3 pumps here in my hand. And we're just going to apply this all over the face and into the neck. Now you'll notice my face will get a little bit red because like I'm rubbing things around, and that's just what happens. All right, so we have that type of skin prep. Now we're actually going to put on an SPF. I know this says SPF in it, but you should put extra SPF on. And I actually have a sample size of the e.l.f. Halo Whoa Glow 30 SPF sunscreen from e.l.f. This was sent to me when I purchased the e.l.f. Halo Glow skin tint. So we're going to put this on the skin as well. So this little mini size, I wanted to try out the e.l.f. Halo Whoa Glow skin tint. Apparently it's a lot like the Supergroup one, and it does have an SPF of 30 in it. And we're just going to apply this like very gingerly to the face. So my face is nice and dewy. It looks kind of like actually really refreshed. I'm going to shake this up, and it didn't say how many like dots to apply. And it does come in like a dropper formulation. Well, this is like super super runny. I'm hoping that this is going to be the correct shade for me. It might be a little bit light, but we're going to find out. So I'm just going to drop this on like this. Just do a little bit. And then it said you could apply it with your fingers or with a sponge, and you can build it up. So I'm just going to go in with my Singe Beauty sponge. It's looking a little bit light. You guys see here? It's looking a little bit white. Like a lot white. It is like spreading nicely all over the face. I do have to say that, but it does look a little bit like white. And that's leading me to wonder if it's like really creating a white cast or not. And you can really tell on camera when things start having a white cast because your face looks completely like washed out, and you'll be able to see the flashback on things that have a white cast. I think more than anything, my skin just looks like super dewy and like evened out and just like natural. It's like a natural skin look. I could definitely see something like this if you're the type of person who really likes that like no makeup. And I feel like I put a lot on, like a lot. And it did kind of just like blur my imperfections, and it did cover the redness that I have, but you can still see like my skin poking through. I do like how luminescent this is. It's really pretty. Now I'm just gonna pat this out because it is like kind of all over the face. Okay, leave me your comments down below. What are you seeing? I'm gonna actually take just a little bit like on the end of my finger here, and we're gonna pat this into my under eyes like this. It said that you could apply with your finger or with a brush. So I'm just gonna build this up a little bit where I'm seeing some of my texture coming through and where it's not really clinging like on my nose. It feels like super oily. I did also forget to share, I am 36 years old. I live in upstate New York. The season that I am filming this in, we are actually getting into like summer, but it's actually June when I am filming this. So today we actually have kind of a regular, typical 70-degree day. It's not like super humid or hot outside. The air quality is really good, and the air quality does really affect my makeup as well. Like if it's a really bad air quality day from all the Canadian fires, my makeup just doesn't wear down like it should. I do have texturization here. I also have like what you would call like mom bags. I do have some fine lines on my like on my under eyes and also like in my crow's feet. And then I also have fine lines up here. So when I look at a skin tint, when I look at a foundation, I want to make sure that it is not settling or accentuating any of these types of things at all. I am noticing that something got in my inner corner of my eyes and it's burning. Um, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so this is also supposed to be waterproof for up to 80 minutes, which is awesome. I definitely could see myself, like if I am going to be looking for a really good skin tint for the summer, like I need it to be waterproof because we go to like the water park and we do a whole bunch of stuff at the water park. So I need something that's going to last with that. So this is what we're working with. I'm actually going to take a little bit of my Skin Ink concealer from L'Oreal and just like dot this on the inner corner. I think that this is going to be a pretty good like pairing because this Skin Ink is very like serum like, and it looks very like skin like for me. And I'm just going to pat this in with the Beauty Blender because it'll really sheer it out and it'll make it like blend nicely with the makeup. And this is kind of like a medium coverage concealer. It does do a really nice job. And it's very like skin-like. And if I want to build it up at all, because it is like a foundation and concealer, I could do that. Or I can even just use a brush if I find that it's not doing everything that I need it to do. So I did put on some cream products. We have a Makeup Academy cream bronzer, and we also have the Essence Love It Chocolat Blush Mousse. So I have these two that are on my face right now. I'm going to set them real quick with powder product, and then we're going to see how everything looks with like all the makeup layered on top of it. Now I'm going to go in and pat the Blurfection powder on my under eyes and just kind of like get everything to be a little bit more cohesive. The Blurfection powder that I have is in the shade light pink, so it does have a little bit of a pink tinge to it. I've been using this a lot lately, and I'm just going to smooth out my under eyes just in case there's any creases. And then we're going to go in with this powder, and I'm just going to let it sit on my under eye for a minute. And then also put it on my nose because I did have some concealer there. And then I'm also going to apply it to my forehead. Okay, so this Blurfection powder looks really pretty with this skin tint. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to wipe away just like right here where I have some excess powder. But you'll see like the magic that this powder does. Like this is just so blurring, so pretty. That looks really pretty. I'm liking the way that my face looks. It looks blurred. It looks natural. It looks really, really, really nice, especially with this skin tint. Elf, I've tried a lot of your foundations before, and they haven't worked for me in the past. Could this be one that works for me? I'm going to go in and spray my face with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. This is just going to lock everything in place. I'm going to hop off camera. I'm going to put on my lashes, do my brows, do my lips, and then we're going to be back to take a look at the foundation and what it's doing. The skin tint. All right, here is the completed makeup look. If you're interested, what is on my eyes as far as like mascara and the lip combo, definitely leave me a comment down below. Check the description box for that. But we're going to take a little look at this skin tint real quick. So I think this settled so stunning on my face. I'm actually super surprised at how pretty this looks, even with all the products that I piled on top of it. And I know that I kind of feel like the whole marketing ploy behind this is that it's just like your go-to skin tint that you can wear in the summertime, and maybe you just don't need anything on top of it. I am the type of person who loves a really good skin tint. I love my natural skin to come through, and I love that this has an SPF of 50. So even if I'm going about my day just like my normal day and not wearing this to say like the pool or the water park, I can actually make this look like a normal foundation that I would typically pick out. I do not notice any kind of like creasing or anything like that under here. I do not notice like it over accentuating anything. It looks really pretty on my skin. Like I said, I'm 36 years old, and this is just absolutely like, this looks really pretty. I'm actually really impressed by this Halo Glow skin tint. I think from a first impression standpoint, this just looks really beautiful. So I'm really interested to see how this wears throughout the day. I'm also interested to see like, does it last for like an extended period of time? I know that it says it is water resistant up to 80 minutes. So like, is it only good for like 80 minutes of wear? And then you have to kind of like reapply it like an actual sunscreen? Or is it like a skin tint where you can wear it for longer than that? So that's what I'm what worked and what didn't. There is a lot to digest in this portion of the video. Day one, as you saw, was the day that I did the full face of makeup with the finishing powder, the blush, the bronzer, the highlighter, everything in between, just to see if this could wear like a normal foundation. And at the end of the day, I just noticed it didn't wear down very well. It was settling into my creases and crevasses, and it just did not look good at all. Day two. Day two, I decided to wear this skin tint to the theme park. And upon first application, I just did a very light layer. I put it on with my hands, and then I also used a finishing powder just to set my under eyes and my creases and crevasses. I didn't put any extra like concealer or anything on, just a light coat of blush as well to give my cheeks some warmth and some life. And going into the day, I was just noticing it was settling into my fine lines so much, even though I had set it down with a setting powder, especially in between my eyebrows and also on my forehead. Another note was that it was not transfer proof, and it was pretty much coming off when I was sweating right after I had applied it.
Pretty much by the point that I was testing this out the other day, I decided to just go for it. I was going to try it with just my normal Bliss sunscreen underneath. This is a little bit tinted, and then also put the SPF from e.l.f. on top of it, the skin tint. And I found that this is honestly the best way to apply it. And the only way that I could apply it. If I'm looking for something with a little bit of coverage, but it provides like the perfect sun protection, this is what I was looking for. As far as it being like, a skin tint with SPF, this is not something that you can use to layer makeup with. I've honestly found that this is the only way I can wear it, where it is a skin, like it is an SPF. You treat it like an SPF, you can't treat it like makeup. That's what it is. It does have a little bit of a white cast. It does have SPF 50 in it. I did also notice when I wore it to the water park the other day that it was not waterproof by any means, and it did get in my eyes and it burned so bad. So after wearing this for quite some time, honestly, the only way that I have found that I can wear this quote unquote skin tint is if I'm just applying it like a normal SPF for my face. And yes, it gives a little bonus like tint to it, but other than that, that's all it is. You can't layer it with makeup. It doesn't layer very well. It doesn't wear down very well when you do layer it with makeup. The only way that it really wears down nicely throughout the day and you're not really noticing anything is if you're just applying it by itself as an SPF and not as a makeup product. So that is my findings for the Halo Glow Skin Tint from e.l.f. Honestly, just treat it like an SPF. You can't treat it like a makeup product.